Yo, what's going on? It's Thursday again, so you know what time it is. You rocking with your man Sean, better known as BeatsOnT. I'm a little excited for this video, I ain't gonna lie, because I get to use my camera for the first time. I actually had time to set it up today. I mean, I got the mic hooked up and all that, so we gonna see how this turn out after I get everything, put down in the editing software on my computer and everything. See how this turn out. This week we doing a little self-reflecting, so we're going to take 3 steps to get this done. The first step when you're doing self-reflection is you want to figure out who you were. Next, you want to figure out who you are. And third, you want to figure out who you're trying to become. You know what I mean? Because you can't become who you're trying to become unless you know where you've been and who you were. You know? With that being said, who was I? So back then, I was not an entirely bad person, but I wasn't a good person either. I was a liar. I was a cheater. I was a womanizer. I was selfish. I was inconsiderate. I was manipulative. You know, and it's no excuse for it, but in my defense, it was done to me first, but that's no excuse. You're supposed to heal, overcome shit, move past it, allow it to teach you, and you embrace it, learn from it, become a better person. You don't allow it to shape you and mold you into a monster like I allowed it to do to me. So basically, back then I had heard a lot of women, some of which I didn't care about, like, at all. There were no feelings whatsoever, but that still didn't make it right. It was wrong, a lot of the stuff that I did and what I said, because they didn't feel that way about me the same way I felt about them. They cared a lot and it mattered to them, so a lot of shit I did was fucked up. And then of course there were the women that I did care a lot about, and I did them dirty. And with a lot of them that went both ways, but I mean, shit happens. Back then though, there was a lot going on. One of the women I was dealing with for a while, she was battling some addiction she had, and it's kind of weird to be going through something like that with somebody you like fucking with in high school. That's a lot to deal with, you know what I'm saying? So I just was like in a not giving a fuck kind of mentality at that point. And then of course, after dealing with that, I just kind of was like, fuck it, And then of course at home, I'm dealing with, my mom was finally, by high school time, going through a separation that eventually led to a divorce. But the guy that she was originally married to, he was a whole dickhead. The only thing he was good for in my life personally was introducing me to Bob Marley. You know what I'm saying? So from like 5-6 years old on, it's like been Bob Marley all day, every day. But he made coming out very difficult. And when I say coming out, I mean coming out as lesbian, not as coming out and letting everybody know that I'm trans. But anyway, what I'm saying, so just a lot going on, back then. So everything going on at that age, you don't really know how to process a lot of shit like that. So I just kind of internalized it, and it made me angry. It made me not care. It made me only give a fuck about what I needed and what I wanted, So I just kind of moved off of that, And then I met a girl who I cared for a lot, and karma finally started working on me. So, I was making moves to put shit in place for us, and then that's when I started realizing, dude, you gotta change. Because I could tell she cared, but I had already begun her and I's relationship playing games, so she kind of was just playing them with me, although I know she was better at it, or I should say more low-key, because it wasn't like just blatant out there like it was coming from me. So anyway, that ended up dissolving itself, but that was where I started realizing, like, alright, Next joint, I'm feeling her like that's gonna be what it is. So after that, girl, once I realized like she playing the shit out of me, I'm, not gonna be able to get shit to fix this or resolve itself because I'm doing my own shit up here. Like, fuck it. So I had met my now wife, and I told her because I was still coming out of that relationship, and I told her like, boom, this what's going on, and I was like honest with her from the get go. Now my wife, Karma got me, but you gotta understand, me and my wife been together for years, bro, a long time. I think it's been like, oh shit, I think it's been like a decade, dude. Oh shit, yeah, it has. Damn. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? I met her and then boom, that's when it like hit me like a ton of bricks. And just from that point on, it's just been a lot of self-reflecting and knowing who I don't want to be, who I wasn't always at one point in time. And then I instantly regretted allowing past hurt, past pain, shit like that, from friends, family, just life in general to shape me and mold me into the monster that I was then at that time, you know. So I wasn't a really good person. I didn't bite my tongue. I didn't give a fuck about whose feelings I hurt. I don't want to say I was overly blunt, but it was to a point where it was like toxic. You know what I'm saying? Like the people closest to me, I would be honest with them, but I think the way I was being honest with them was in a very hurtful way. And a lot of that I think come from the way I was raised. Not to say because my mom, but she wasn't like off the chain and nothing like that, but you gotta understand my mom came from the mud, like from 14 15 years old. We talking about like homeless, had to climb to where she at now, no fucking help at all. So you can imagine a woman like that raising some kids on her own. You know what I'm saying? She lost my father when I was a year old. We lost my dad when I was a year old. So here she is with a baby and life just falling apart. So as you can imagine, I was raised to, yo, nigga, put your chin in the air. Whatever you got going on, get the fuck over it. You need to take 2 minutes to yourself. You do that, and then stand the fuck up. Put your big boy drawers on, and make it do what it do. It's time to get it the fuck done. Make it happen, Captain. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I was raised. So I think I lack.
I've always loved getting clean.
Look, Netflix, Orange is the New Black, trying to hop in my video.
I love baths. It's my happy place.
There we go. Boom. Alright. So, like I was saying, you could imagine being raised that way, how that on top of going through some things that end up making you, I guess I could say, bitter. I ain't give a fuck about what slid out of my mouth. If it hurts your feelings, you need to toughen the fuck up. Like, man, my fault. You wasn't raised to have thick skin. And that was wrong. That was dead wrong, because I was an asshole. I still am somewhat of an asshole. I think that just comes naturally from my mother and my father. But back then, like, it was legit. Like, nigga, you ain't shit. So that's where I was at. And that was like a darker, not giving a fuck about nobody but myself kind of time. I mean, I did do shit for other people. I did have times where I was very selfless, but as far as my attitude towards a lot of things and the way I chose to react towards things, I was not in a good place. Where I am now, I'm learning, I'm growing. I try not to judge people. I'm human though, I still do. I'm still trying to come out of them old habits from when I was a youth. Like, and I stumble, I ain't gonna hold you. But now I give back as much as I can. If I have it and somebody's in need, like, you got it, it's yours. Like, anybody that I call family, ask them about me, and they will tell you. I don't even need to brag or boast about anything that I do, anything that I've done, anything that I'm about, because you talk to them for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Or fuck it, maybe I'll take the video camera around one day and have them tell y'all, because I don't need to say it. But I do try to give back as much as possible, because I feel like the little bit that I do have now versus what I had back then. I mean, I remember times where a nigga was just, I don't even want you to take me where I'm trying to go, nigga. Just give me a ride to the bus stop. That's it. Niggas would have like a whole wheel with a whole full tank of gas, and they like, nah, nigga. But now, it's like, I got two cars. Me and my wife both got vehicles that are. I mean, we ain't riding around in no Beamers, no Benzes, but like we good. You know what I'm saying? So it's like to think back then and where I'm at now. Like, and you gotta always remember that shit can be taken from you like that. How many athletes you know was on top of life, and then now that niggas is broke. You know what I'm saying? Like shit can change like that, and I try to always remember that. Not to mention, whenever you think you got it rough, there's always somebody out there that got it worse than you, and it's always gonna be somebody that got it better than you. So don't ever think that you better than other motherfuckers, because there's a ton of other people that can look at you and tell you, nigga, you ain't doing nothing. You think you is, but you ain't. You know what I mean? So I mean, you gotta have some type of humbleness about you, but at the same time, when it comes to the motherfuckers that's really trying to downplay you, once you surpass them, like fuck all that humble shit, nigga, fuck you, because you try to play me. But you gotta find like yin and yang, some kind of happy median. Like I said, I'm growing. You ain't supposed to be like that at all, but like I said, work in progress, nigga. But yeah, I try to get back as much as I can now. You know, I'm a lot more empathetic and compassionate towards people. Like when people do fucked up shit now, not even really to me, because I'm really, really funny, and my wife would tell you about who I have around me, who I have around my family, who I have around my personal space, like out in public. That's one thing I can't control. That's not my domain. But my home, my surroundings, where I call, you know what I'm saying, my castle, I can control who comes in and out of there. And if you just oozing all types of negativity out your ears and your fucking eyeballs and every hole you got in your body, get from around me. You know what I'm saying, I had to put your ass out, burn some sage and all that, you know what I mean, because I ain't beat. I'm not beat. You know what I'm saying? But I do try to look past what they did and figure out why. You know what I'm saying? Because people aren't born naturally hateful and malicious, and it just doesn't happen. Don't no baby come out on they Stewie shit. Like, it don't. Shit happens to them. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. And I think we forget that as people. It gets to a point where it's like, nah, you did something fucked up. So, like, nah, I ain't fucking with you. Like, that's it. But you gotta look past that. Uh, Other than that, I also, y'all gotta remember, I can't remember word for word what it is. It's like an African proverb, and I don't remember what the African proverb is, but pretty much they tell you, like, you know, if somebody's ever did something good by you, don't, and then they do something like messed up, don't hold on to what they did that was fucked up. And again, I'm growing. This is not something that I practice on an everyday basis. I need to, but I don't. That stuff is hard, because now you're talking about battling yourself emotionally and mentally, you know. But you know what I'm saying. It's so easy. Think about somebody that like held you down, and I'm pretty sure everybody can think of someone who like may have did a lot of right by them, but then they did one real fucked up thing. After that, it's like fuck them. And I get it, because it's like, you know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, that's on my ass. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, but you know, you don't want to just always look at them. I'm not saying you gotta trust them or let them in your circle and all that shit, but you can't keep like boxing somebody in for whatever mistake they made. And again, I'm fucking human, working on this, because some of y'all motherfuckers that know me personally won't be like, nigga, you still be looking at me like I ain't shit. Bitch, what part of work in progress don't your motherfucking ass understand? And if your motherfucking ass ain't fuck up to begin with, we wouldn't need to have this conversation. Work in progress. I'm growing, okay? But that don't mean I shouldn't pass off some of the knowledge that I'm acquiring. Alright? You know, you learn the book stuff. That's what I'm doing. And then you apply it. We still working on the application part of everything. Alright? So, alright. We got where I've been. We got where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? And where I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get to a place. And I'm working on that now. Like, I got times where I master it. And then I got times where I'm like battling between the old and where I'm at now. Where things that happen, things that be said, things will rub me the wrong way, situations, people, just anything. And I won't react in the ideal way. But I know for a fact that I'm headed in the right direction, because I check myself. You know, when I say and do things before anybody even has a chance to say something to me about it, or ask me like, damn, what's up with you, or anything like that, like I will always have already checked myself first, you know. Like, damn, bro, you probably could have said that different, or damn, dude, you could have went about that a little differently, you know what I'm saying? So I'm always thinking about that. I'm always thinking about how my actions and my words make other people feel, you know. And then there's times where even people deserve it. Sometimes I'll be like, nah, nigga, fuck that shit. Like, fuck them. But then there's still a piece of me that's like, no, but how did you make them feel? Like, that still wasn't cool. You could always go about things. If you're hurting somebody, you can always go about things in a smarter way where they end up hurting still, but it's not because of anything you did. It's because of their own guilt, their own remorse, their own regret for whatever they did that, you know, could have brought about you doing some negative shit, but you didn't. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at. You know what I mean? I'm like on the fence, but I'm more so on the right side of the fence. But my leg is still like dangling on the other side a little bit. Got a couple toes over there, you know what I mean? But um shit. But I want to get to a point where, you know, I mean, I think I'm like jumping for the moon when I say like on my Gandhi, you know, little baby Buddha type shit. But I mean, shit, we all just want peace at the end of the day. We all just want to live this American dream that became a nightmare after the last election. But y'all get the point. In peace, you know. So that's what I'm striving to do. I'm above all. Every move that I make, I'm just trying to become a man that I know my son is going to be proud of and aspire to be. You know, I mean, it make me feel good every time he walking around the house and he'll go grab my shoes, my sneaks, creasing them up, and slide his little skinny ass, teeny ass toes in them, walking around like he doing something because he got my shit on. And I know my wife keeps saying, oh, you know, they say when a kid do that, it's because they want to be like you. They try and walk in your shoes, and you know that they say that the purest form of flattery is imitation. So it's dope. But he be trying to square up with me whenever he think like I'm fucking with his mom. It's the funniest thing. He's a mama's boy. Shit is crazy. When it come to mommy, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I try to I don't think I know I'm not a bad person anymore, but I don't know if I would say I'm a good person, but I could be better, you know. And that's pretty much where I'm at. But at the end of the day, I think if you ever think that you couldn't be a better person than you are, then you have just completely missed the whole point, you know, because I don't think like it's possible to even become a perfect person, you know, or to a point where you couldn't improve. A lot of people believe that they good and they don't need no improvement. The way that they live, the shit that they say is okay because it's how they feel or it's from their experiences, and they don't give a fuck about if it tears somebody else down. That shit is wrong. But you know, all I can do is control me, you know, and that's what I do. And I can control what's around me. So I do that. You know, if I am in the vicinity of somebody that does or says something fucked up, I'm not one of them people that adds on to the problem. So I'm not gonna turn my head and look the other way. Which is why I make sure not to keep myself around them kind of folks, because I'm gonna say something and I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna react. You know. But you gotta remember too, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Turning a blind eye, part of the problem. That's why they comfortable doing it. You know. But I mean, hey, what you gonna do? I'm just trying to be comfortable. You know, but comfortable enough where I can put other people in a position to make other people comfortable. You know. So I don't want to be comfortable enough to make a bunch of people comfortable. I want to be so comfortable that I can set other people up to make a bunch of other people comfortable. You know what I mean? That's where I'm headed to. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna stop till I get there. So all of you motherfuckers that keep trying to put up obstacles in my path, I'm coming for your ass. I'm coming for your ass, and I'm gonna bulldoze over you because I have a mission that I'm on, and can't nobody stop me. I hope this video helped y'all with doing a little self-reflecting. It definitely had me open up a little bit. I mean, I'm trying to open up more to y'all because I don't want to do videos that just tell y'all how to deal with being on testosterone. I mean, if you want to know, ask me. I can give you my experience and what happened. I'll do them every now and again, but you know that's another reason why, like, y'all done already heard the brothers say we going another direction. We're not trying to just talk about translated issues. Like, I want to open y'all eyes to where I've been, like, for real. Where I've come from, what I've experienced, what I've gone through, and all of that. My wife and I also want to open up so people can see there's a lot of couples that aren't sure what to expect when they're going into it together, and it's a lot. And I think it's even scarier for the girlfriends because they don't know what to expect when they're gonna get ready to transition from a lesbian relationship to a heterosexual relationship. It's scary shit to go through, you know. So be on the look for that too. Um, but that's my promise to you. I'm gonna open up a little bit more. Ain't gonna give y'all everything, but you know, follow me at BeatsOnT. You know, also you can follow my wife at wife of an FTM on Beats. She's also like all over my BeatsOnT page too, so you can find her handle on there too. Um, and yeah, just stay tuned. You know, because as far as the brotherhood, myself, the other brothers, my wife, you know, we all trying to open up more for y'all so that we can better help y'all on a personal level, because the suicide numbers, the depression numbers, the anxiety is going through the roof with our people, and we need to stick together so we can change that, y'all. My name is Sean. You've been rocking with your boy. Thursday, you already know. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.